much better percentage. Greg's is too awful to look at, really. It's 38% in this set. He's only served twice, of course, but when he's got his first serve in, he's had 100% success. And with his second serve in, only 50% success. There's one rather gloomy line on the computer readout, and that is backhand winners, rusedski 0. And that is for the match, not the set.
1-2.
And the very fact that rusedski is resorting to the backhand lob so often implies to me that he's not feeling all that confident on that wing.
That's Ivan Lendl.
Love.
Just saying Lendl there reminds me, for all the remarks made about rusedski being Canadian, what about Lendl? The Americans were happy to claim him as American.
What about Hingis? I thought she was Czech, not Swiss.
40 love.
What about Navratilova?
Game rafter.
And he continues to serve well. Very workmanlike, businesslike performances by Rafter. Has been really right from the start.
Yes, I think he's played himself out of the nerves. He, for me anyway, was clearly feeling when he came onto court here. And the winning of that first set, of course, does wonders for the nerves.
Said sorry. It's a man's game, this.
Love 15.
Yeah, well, a player who is hit doesn't usually see the sorry.
Yep. No, that's what he wants more of.
15 all. $15-30.
Good reaction shot from Rafter here. Short take back. Heavy loop.
30 all.
Well, he was right to catch the ball, I'm sure, because if the toss isn't right, that's the better thing to do. But also, I think it interrupted his feel on that serve, and the double fault leads to a chance for Rafter to go 3-2 up with his serve to follow.
Net for serve.
And he's dropped his serve. Pity, because the first serve there was just starting to find some sort of bite and rhythm and swing. A set and 3-2 with the break. Rafter in the lead. And I think it's because of that commitment and all the good advice he's been getting from Brian Teacher that he has improved, but not enough yet. We certainly don't see in rusedski the complete player. I think he's a couple of years away from that. He's also, incidentally, I think, socially matured with the top players. He was a bit gauche and a little unsure in the locker room, I'm told, but not so now. And the players, the very top 10, are much more relaxed with him and he with them.
Love 15. All.
It's a trying day at the office.
30-15.
Well, he just wants to raise his sights in slightly more ways than one, actually, metaphorically and also on court here, because he's hitting the top of the tape so often.
All.
He's lacking, I think, and right from the start has effervescence, and I think he's tired after yesterday's most strenuous and punishing match. 5 sets and under the doctor, taking nothing from Rafter, who's playing a beautifully poised match. Very few mistakes from Rafter.
That could have been a very important point.
40-30.
This is what Rusedski is doing, just hitting the top of the tape, just missing the lines, just not getting those 2 volleys over when he was broken in each game in identical fashion.
Net for serve. Rafter.
And Rafter, you feel, is inexorably heading towards a lead of 2 sets to 0.
Rafter leads 4-2.
Yes, he's more composed now. You would expect that, having won the first set. Fought his way out of the doldrums, Rafter, in the early stages of the match. I thought Greg looked very composed at the beginning. 2-4.
Love 15. All.
Well, if you're a really good athlete, you can do things like this. If you're not, you can't, because you won't even reach it.
He's trying to play too well. Trying to do too much when he hasn't got the feel. Rafter can go 5-2 up here.
30-40.
Probably telling himself, why didn't you get down to that shot? Get down with the ball, live with it.
Game rafter. Ball chip.
Twice went too dashingly to the lines, and now he's twice dropped his serve in this set. And Pat Rafter has a lead of
Rafter
5-2.
leads 5-2.
Little smile from Rafter up to his supporters. People like Tony Roach suggested that he's very confident now. I think Rusedski, when he looks back, and I hope British tennis will be philosophical about this, because Rafter, 2 or 3 years ago, far too much was expected of him too soon, as a result of which in Australia he went from being a wonderful young hero to somebody who was derided, and it's only now he's emerging through that. And Rusedski's somewhere where Rafter was 2 years ago. I still think that.
Yeah, and Rafter is claiming, or rather saying, because he's a very honest and very pleasant character indeed, he's saying he more or less did this on his own. You know, he's had a lot of help from Fitzy and Roach and various other people in Australia, but basically he has looked to himself for improvement, and his family is a family of 9 children.
Serving for a lead of 2-love.
I don't mean incidentally he has 9 children. He's got 5 brothers and 3 sisters.
Love.
Rusedski in his anxiety. There's John Newcombe and Fred Stolley there in their commentary booth. They'll be depressed by this. What am I saying? Sorry, hardly depressed, uplifted.
I know you're joking, Jerry.
30-15.
They really do stick together, these Australians, and it's a wonderful support they give to each other, which actually means so much, and they will be, they don't look all that happy, but boy, they are.
And Newcombe is Davis Cup captain. The week after next in Washington, Rafter will be playing for Australia against the United States.
40-15.
5-2 and 40-15. 2 points for a lead of 2-love. Beautifully even, very thorough, good concentration. There's the Australian camp there. Tony Roach, bottom left. 2 sets to love. Rafter in the lead and very much in control.
Yes, he is, and his confidence, of course, will have increased twofold by winning 2 sets. He'll be very dangerous now, but Greg's got nothing to lose. It's a 3-set match for him, and he's got to win all 3.
Love. Love.
That backhand
30,
volley
15.
causing that frown was the reason he lost the 2 sets, the 2 breaks in each of those first 2 sets. He's just not punching them enough.
40-15.
But he is getting some first serves in now.
Yes, there's a newfound rhythm in this serve immediately. I think, Jerry, because the shackle's hanging over him, you know, you're 2 sets to love
40,
down, you're in the
30.
Grand Slam final, all right, give it your best shot. I'm sure he will. I just hope we find him a bit looser and more effective on the serve in this set.
Game, rusedski.
He leads 1-love at the start of the 3rd set.
First game, 3rd set. Time.
Must have been looking down on this court and the score with a feeling of great pleasure and confidence. Well, in Missouri too.
Yeah, well, that's right. Pat really just looks in total control at the moment. It seems as if any time he does need a point, he just attacks the rusedski backhand, either on the serve or on the volley. And it's nice to know that when you're in a match, you've got one place to go and you're almost certain of the point. It seems to me that Pat's in that situation right now. Well, on that occasion, after dropping that first volley a bit short, and rusedski had time to set his feet and really take a cut at it. But on most occasions, he's really been scrabbling, hasn't been able to get set and had to try and hit the ball on the run.
Well, Rafter's pointing the ball was out.
Love 30.
No, it wasn't given out. Now, rusedski's had precious few chances of making any impact at all on Rafter's serve. Here's one.
Yes, the additional topspin on that, just bringing it down in time.
Love 30.
$15-30. $15-40.
Well, now rusedski had Rafter at love 40 in the 7th game of the 1st set, and Rafter just played wonderfully well from there. What about here? 15-40.
Good thinking to serve to the forehand. Obviously, rusedski expecting one to the backhand.
$30-40.
Yes, he's broken at last. It's taken an hour and 6 minutes, and it's been hard labour, and nothing seems to be going too right for rusedski, but at last he's got a break. 2-love indeed.
Well, wasn't he lucky it got on the forehand side, because that's where he really wants to strike his winners from.
Love 15. 15 all.
First serve percentage at last starting to lift now. 88% of first serves in court in this set.
Surprised rusedski didn't follow these serves in.
All.
Points 3 love. Now that would give him just a bit of cushioning. I think the desperation of his situation has probably relaxed him. So desperate to hit the ball away from rafter, rushed it.
Rafter.
Well, he's trying to hit too wide, isn't he? He's just missing too wide. I suppose it's a tribute to the rafter athleticism, but big point here.
That's a record, but it went out, so it doesn't count.
Deuce.
Well, it comes as a tremendous relief to British watchers, I'm sure, that rusedski has saved a break point. Rafter converted so many of them so safely.
Advantage rusedski.
It's only his 6th ace. Now for him, that's meagre, to put it mildly.
Game rusedski.
Certainly still going for the lines. That time it worked, and he's got a lead of 3 love, so perhaps he can build on here.
rusedski leads
The healthiest
3-love.
position he's had so far in the match.
It should not be.
Time.
Well, we just look at those figures of the first percentage still. It's very important, those, to compare those figures. I'd just make the point about rusedski that even though he isn't playing well, though he has the last 5 or 10 minutes, one of another great quality of rusedski is the fact that he is prepared to go and confront any situation. And he'll confront this. If he loses, there'll be a scrap. And maybe it's starting now.
Love 15.
Broken string for rafter. He likes to preserve the racket he's got with the string adjusters in there. I don't think Rafter is one of the players who particularly appreciates having to change a racket in the middle, particularly after a first serve fault. Some just couldn't care less. Lendl, we've seen watching, changed his rackets often during a match. Sampras usually has to 6 or 7 times during a match.
Love 30.
No doubt that Rafter's game has slipped a bit.
Fifteen, 30. All.
And he's completely lost the rhythm on his serve now. Rafter in this set, first serve percentage in court, 36%. That's awful. And Rusedski can get a double break here.
Deuce.
One of the effects of having a man serving and coming to the net so often and so well is that you have a corner of your eye looking at him, and both eyes should be looking at the ball.
Advantage Rafter.
Well, it's pretty close for that reaction. Certainly the umpire could never rule too far from him.
Well, it's certainly a patchy spell this by Rafter, the first really uneven sequence he's had in the whole match, and
Rusedski leads 3-1.
Rusedski really should have had a double break.
Love.
Very clever shot by Rafter. His camp appreciating that. And look how he follows his shot to the net in case that becomes a drop shot or a drop half volley.
Ah, superb by Rafter. Serve and volley player, but what about the quality of the passing shot?
15.
Yes, there have been very few backhand winners by either player. 2 from Rafter in the match, none from Rusedski. Look of disbelief on Rusedski's face there. He overran it, but a terrific get by Rafter here from behind him.
40. .40. Deuce.
Well, things have changed a little bit here. After not automatically winning the break points as he was earlier.
Rushing it again.
Advantage Rafter.
Yes, indecision, but at the same time, full marks to Rafter for slowing it down, dropping it down at his feet here. Producing indecision. Do I move forward and volley? Do I go back?
Yeah, that was it. Rusedski really should have been leading by a double break in this third set. Instead, he's now lost the advantage of the one break he had. 3-2 Rafter closing the gap.
Time.
You can't take it from Rafter, even though it's been a patchy third set. Through the first two sets, he played, I thought, supremely well. And Rusedski's really never been secure enough in his own mind, I don't think. I still think he looks tired.
Yes, I would think he is. Even that banana he's munching looks bedraggled. I mean, you know, he's had a tough time in that 5-set match yesterday, and he's struggling all the way through this.
2-3.
Love.
It's one of his special volleys, that forehand sort of scoop volley. He sort of uses a spoon to get the ball over the net. It's very good, very clever. A little bit of side spin.